Good morning, English 1 students. So today is Monday, April 5th, and this is our last preparation day before you face the Cobra Star and defeat the Cobra Star on Tuesday, April 6th. So our objective for today is to review, not to get too worked up about it. You're prepared for this, especially all year long we've been working on these skills, and then you have also been working on them very specifically these last 2 weeks. So we're just going to review. Today you're watching this video, and we're going to review the key concepts for the English 1 EOC, such as what resources are available, the graphic organizer, where you're going to go, how to address that prompt, and make sure that you have completed all required training activities, because all the hard work that you've put in for the last 2 weeks is going to count for an academic achievement grade. So what I have attached here into Schoology are the slides that I'll be referring to today, the Learn It slides, the past slides of all the training camp activities and lessons, and then the training camp rubric. So you can refer back to this rubric and make sure that you've completed all of those lessons so that you get like over a 100 for the grade. I want to thank all of you who came to the time that we had for I met with several of you in conference with you. Several of you did not come to your conference, or some signed up and didn't come. Others didn't even sign up. So I'm only worried about you because there were a few of you who did not address the prompts correctly, and you didn't really get that feedback from me. I'm going to try to figure out a way, maybe today, that if you can contact me. I don't know. I mean, I still have regular school here, and so it's difficult for me because I still have my English 4 classes. But I'll try to get with you, those who didn't sign up for a time. At least we can talk about that you understand how to address the prompt, because some of you wrote beautiful essays that were not to the prompt, which means it could not be more than a 1 for that essay score. All right, so I'll chat with those people later. But for now, let's look at a review. So we're going to face the Cobra Star, Dojo, and we're going to defeat them. We're not going to fall for their snaky tricks, okay? You can review your last 2 weeks' training activities by following this link in the slideshow too. So I've linked the rubric here for you. But let's go through the test. So first, you're going to have the writing section of the test. And the first part is going to be, I'm going to move this up a little bit so we can see it better. It's going to be, I'm not sure if that's, let me exit. I'm not sure if that's showing it right for you. Okay. I'm going to make this bigger. Pause. Okay, I'm back. So the first part of the test is the writing test. So in the writing questions, you definitely want to use the dictionary, and you want to read the passages that they're giving you. It's supposedly someone's essay. Make sure you understand what the point of the essay is supposed to be so that you can look for errors or ways that you could improve. Remember, revising means to make better. So look for ways you can improve the structure of the essay, the grammar. There will be questions within the sentences and the paragraphs. How clear the content is to the reader. Look for elements of organization, such as, do they have a thesis? Do they have topic sentences and concrete details? Do they have a conclusion? Really, in revising, it's best to remember the 3 C's. Is the content clear? So think, the fewer pronouns, the better. Is it correct? So is the grammar, the spelling, the word choice correct? And is it concise, short, and to the point? So for writing, yes, using the dictionary will help. Many of you will have dictionaries that actually have grammar content at the back of it. So check your dictionary to see, because your dictionary often will have that for you. When you get the second part, you'll have 2 passages with multiple choice, 9 multiple choice questions that are about editing. And for those questions, you want to use a dictionary as well. Okay? So check for grammar, spelling, capitalization, punctuation. All of those things are important in the editing section of the test. The spelling questions, no one should ever miss. You should never miss the spelling because you can check it with the dictionary. So please do that and to make sure you get those questions right. The third section that's actually in the booklet is the writing prompt, but you don't have to do it third. You can do it whenever it's best for you. So read the prompt. Look for the sentence that starts with the word right. That is the most important part of the prompt. Circle all those key words in the prompt, and then reword that prompt into a how, what, or why question. But make sure it still actually is the prompt, okay? Don't just make a random how, what, or why question. It has to actually still contain the actual content of the prompt. For example, you wouldn't want to do this, and I'm going to type it in here so you can see. This is something I saw with well, let me pause it. So let's talk about the prompt again. So here was the prompt that we covered just recently. Write an essay explaining your definition of true friendship. So important words we'd want to highlight like explain, definition, true friendship. Those things have to be in it. So definition. So look at these three questions. Which one of these is actually addressing the prompt? Why is true friendship important to you? No. That's not what they're asking. They're asking for the definition. So which one of these actually goes with definition? Is it how do you maintain true friendships, which so many people responded to on the prompt, which they automatically get a 1. You cannot, that's not what they're asking you to do. So they're asking you, what is the definition of true friendship? So this is the only one that actually responds to that prompt. So you need to be very careful about making sure you respond to the prompt. Okay? What are they asking you to write about? The definition of true friendship. I also would like for you to ask the proctor to read the prompt. They can do that. So the whoever's giving your test in your room, ask them to do that. Then you need to make sure you brainstorm. So consider all the possible ways you could answer it. Jot down ideas if you're a lister. But definitely, use some sort of graphic organizer. I suggest you use the one that I've shown you so that you have all the parts of your essay. So write that first draft, especially because those of you who are doing the paper test, well, everybody needs to write the first draft, even if you're doing it by if you're typing it, because you only get a certain amount of space. Use the scratch paper that they've given you. Use the inside of your book. Be sure you include a hook or an attention getter that grabs the attention of the audience, and that you tie that to your thesis with a bridge. Use a dictionary and thesaurus to help you with word choice, so you're not using the same word over and over again. Although if you don't really understand the words that are synonymous, then it would be better for you just to repeat the words than use the words wrong. After you've written it out and you've checked for grammar, spelling, it flows well, you have transition statements, you've connected your ideas, you have concrete and specific examples that you can use, read through that drive and check for spelling and sentence structure errors. Remember, you're explaining, so you want to be clear. So circle all of the pronouns, especially the one you, and replace half of those pronouns with more specific language, if possible. Add your transitions to connect your paragraphs and your sentences so that you have a really strong explanatory and expository essay. Remember, you're trying to explain. After the writing prompt in your booklet are the reading questions. Now, some of you might need to do this part first, because if this is your the one where you lose focus, you probably should do it first. So what you'll have is nonfiction or informational text. You'll have that usually first. And remember, they're looking for questions about text structure, like what's the purpose of this piece. They're looking for evidence, controlling idea, summary, what details do they use. Then you'll have 2 passages at least of fiction or literary text, which could also include drama and poetry. So think about plot, think about characterization, think about the tone or attitude of the speaker. Why did they use, a certain piece of figurative language And remember, you can look up all those terms in the dictionary as well. So there'll be about 34 multiple choice questions for the reading. And then don't forget they're going to have vocabulary types of questions, so definitely you can use a dictionary. I don't know if I have this Quizlet for English 1 EOC terms up and running yet, so you don't have to pay attention to that right now. Make sure you can draw the graphic organizer without looking at it. Okay, so I suggest today you try to see, hey, do I know all the parts I need to have, and then go back and check yourself. And you can do that through, this is LinkedIn today. Do I know what all I need for my graphic organizer? Hook, bridge, thesis. I need a paragraph that has a topic sentence and specific concrete details. My commentary, concluding sentence. Do I have all these parts? Okay. So make sure that you can make your own graphic organizer, because only a few people will probably be given a copy of that, and it won't have words on it. Okay, this part of the pause this. If you are in my honors class, I'll be talking to you in a moment about this, but this is for English 1, on-level English 1 students only. Pay attention. What I need you to do today, because immediately after the test, we're going to begin book club. So I would like for you to review this book club parent information about the 5 book choices that you have. Okay, this book will be part of research project. You get to choose one of the 5 to read, and this tells your parents more about what these books are going to be about. But I need your parent to fill out this Google form to say which book you have permission to read. Today or tomorrow would be ideal, because tomorrow I want you to pick up the book if you need one, and then I have the synopsis of each of these books here for you on this back page. So make sure you read it and choose which one sounds the most interesting. And the Google form permission is due by Wednesday, April 7th. And I'll have the books available for you to check out in the receptionist area of the school tomorrow, Tuesday, April 6th, and Wednesday, April 7th. Okay, so you need this form filled out. It looks like this. Let me show you. So your parents will fill in your student, or you can do it for them if they're okay with it. So your first and last name, which book do you have permission to read, and how are you going to get the book? Are you going to get it from me by checking it out on April 6th or 7th, or are your parents going to purchase it or loan it from another source? Okay, so that way I'll know who needs a book and who doesn't. So this is what we're starting in on Wednesday, April 7th. So book clubs. All right, so we're going to read a book, read both the front and the back page, figure out which one sounds the most interesting, have your parents complete this Google form, and pick up a copy in the reception area. Okay, now moving on to Honors English 1. Our next book will be Lord of the Flies, and you can check out that book for me as well in the reception area tomorrow, Tuesday, April 6th, or Wednesday, April 7th. So you want to pick up a copy of that. You don't have to fill out a Google form in order to do that. Okay. Let's look again. I want to let you know, guys, every one of you, that I believe in you, and I know that you're going to do well on this EOC test. And if you don't, it is just a test, and it has nothing to do with who you are as a person. So I want you to know that I believe in you, and I know you are going to do well, and because you have trained, and I want you to go confident in that you're good enough to do this. And even if the testing doesn't go well, it does not mean you are any less of a person, okay? So I believe in you. I want you to have a good day and not be stressed. You're just going to go in and do what you've been trained to do tomorrow. Let me know if you have questions. God bless you.